I cannot believe it. It's been 2 years already since Doom 2016 was released. Them 2 years went pretty quick. And it honestly doesn't feel that old. I've kind of got into a routine for when I go on Snap Map, play the levels. I've seen the Snap Map loading screens 1,000 times before. But honestly, it doesn't feel that long ago since I remember playing it the first time. I remember clearly my very first experience with the campaign and how sort of enjoyed and crazy it felt at the time. Well, that's what I thought I'd talk about in this video. For Doom 2016, let's talk about how well it was then, last year, and the future, and how I think it's going to hold up. So, I also want to talk about how Snap Map has pretty much changed my channel and the way I play levels and everything. Doom 2016 has definitely had the biggest influence on my YouTube channel, at least. So, I remember them 2 years ago. I was at work and I really wanted the day to go as quick as possible because I couldn't pick up Doom 2016 to about 5 or 6 at night. So it took a long while for that day to get it. Unfortunately, it wasn't the day I was off or anything like that, so I couldn't get it early and play it early. I had to wait for it, and oh boy, when I finally got it loaded after it downloaded and everything, it must have been gone 8 or 9. So it was quite a late one at playing it, and this is back when my channel was kind of very, very small. There was like hardly any subscribers that are around now, hardly any videos back then. It was a completely different channel. So I planned on playing Doom 2016, which I did, but I kind of stopped halfway through it because I didn't do commentary back then, and I could only upload for 15 minutes, so it would have took forever. It probably wouldn't have been worth it. So anyway, the first time I played it, I couldn't enjoy it as much as I really wanted to. There's only one reason for that, because I was actually quite ill at the time. I remember very well. It's been a long day at work, I'm waiting for it, and I didn't feel too great. But after finally playing it, I only played it for about half an hour because I said I didn't feel too great. But what I did play, I absolutely loved. And the next couple of days, it's kind of the same situation. Feeling ill, didn't really want to play it, which really annoyed me because that's the most hyped game I think I've ever had ever. Because Doom 2016 was going to be an excellent time for me. I knew it was. I even enjoyed the multiplayer. So going into it the way I did felt really bad. So I did leave it about 2 or 3 days until I finally felt 100% better and I knew I was in the mood for that campaign. And then I just played the whole thing out. So when I finally did get into it, oh boy, that was amazing. I enjoyed it, everything about this game, a lot more to what I actually thought I would, and I thought I would love it. So this is how much I did enjoy that game. I thought the enemies were perfect, I thought the levels were really fun to play through. They pretty much went exactly back to how Doom was, and it was a 100% success rate. So it was definitely a great time for me when I could actually enjoy it. And then the first time I played Snap Map was probably a few days after I finished the campaign. I did do one level, I think the day it came out or the day after, just to test out Snap Map. It was that level I showed on my channel actually about a year ago now, just saying how bad it was. I remember sharing it, and yeah, it was pretty terrible. That was just a test map to see what Snap Map was capable of. Even back then I didn't know about the 12 monster limit, so it didn't play out as good as I hoped. And it would definitely not live up to standards these days. So I remember making that. It took me actually about 20 minutes to make, just to mess around and see what you can do. And like everyone else, I felt not I didn't think Snap Map was bad, just kind of underwhelming and maybe a bit disappointing, because I honestly thought that the way that was going on, Snap Map would be incredible. It still has not reached incredible to this day, but what it has done is updated. When we got the free updates all the way up to free update 5, it was all great. That's definitely what improved and helped Snap Map stay around today. If it was like it was the first update or no updates at all, then Snap Map would have long died. No doubt about that. It would have died probably at the end of 2016. But still, people are making Snap Map today because of these updates. These updates are definitely the saviour of Snap Map. Some of it was kind of promised to be in the start, so it felt kind of weird. But it did get there in the end, so it's fine with me. So obviously Snap Map is the thing that changed my channel the most, because without Snap Map I don't think I would have got anywhere on YouTube. It was about October time when I actually started playing and reviewing snap maps properly, and that's when my channel was suddenly went crazy. I was completely shocked on how well everyone was actually enjoying my snap map videos, because before then my videos were getting 4-5 views each. It was something incredibly low, but then snap map come along, and this is back when snap map was at its great stage. I was getting 400-500 views each. It was absolutely insane. So even now I still have to thank everybody for that. And back then, that's when my channel actually started to grow. It grew a lot quicker to what I thought it would. I think in October time I was on 50. By the end of maybe November time I was 100. End of the year I was on 150, and you kind of just keep growing and growing. 200, 300, 400. It went so quick. Still to this day I'm growing quicker than I ever thought. Now I've reached over 700 subs, which is absolutely incredible as well. Thanks again for that. I didn't actually make a special or talk about that, which is a shame. I'm sorry, I was going to do that. I kind of got busy and forgot about it, to be honest. But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it. 700 subs, that's amazing. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, snap map has been a huge part of my channel, and I've played probably over 500 snap maps now on the channel, I think, in the folder. There's like 600 in there maybe. Some of them are, of course, replays of levels, so I don't get them. But I've definitely played a fair share of snap maps out there. No doubt I've not played the most. I know that for a fact. There's people out there they've probably played triple the amount I've played at least. But I still think I've played a fair share of stat maps out there. It's been a kind of high and low ride, really. High because of all the excellent snap maps and authors we've met along the way, which most of them stick around my channel, which once again thank you to all of them. And the lows, of course, it's not been the levels, it's more of been the snap map issues that have kind of caused levels to be broken or not to the best capability, which really does suck because snap map obviously has so many problems to this day. So yeah, 2016 was a great year for Doom, my channel, and pretty much Doom fans as well. Everything was so great back then. 2017 come, and actually, more surprisingly to me, that was my most popular year on YouTube, which I thought would be the case because of my snap map videos. But I did think my snap map videos would kind of die out, but they didn't. I think April or May 2017 was my highest ever my channel has ever seen. Snap map was still incredibly popular back then, and we was meeting new authors every other day. And it must have got about August, September, and we started losing that on snap map. There started being less authors. There started to be less snap maps. So I thought snap map is coming to the end of its days. But I'm glad to say in 2018 that's not been the case. There's been different authors that I've never seen before. So many new ones coming over, which is excellent. We'll definitely welcome all them over. And there's been an insanely high increase in requests in these last few months, which is also awesome. This means that I need to get down to business a bit more to what I actually do again. So I don't think SnapMap's dying. This year seems to be a high increase from what the end of last year was. So that's really good. So SnapMap might survive. And of course we've got the Summoner now, which has brought even more people back, or kept people to stay, which is even more important. The Summoner is just a basic enemy that really is going to change a lot of things again. It adds a new purpose to play Snap Map, if you know what I mean. So we're going to finally get a new boss enemy, or just a new enemy in general to mess around with. So just having a Summoner is excellent, really. So it's time to talk about multiplayer. I'm not the biggest fan of the multiplayer, but it's not necessarily bad. Everyone says that it's an insult, which it's not really. There are a few people on the same boat as me saying it's good, but it's definitely nothing special. But it doesn't also deserve all the hate that it gets from loads of people. Yeah, it's not the classic gameplay, but I was kind of expecting that. So it's fine, it's enjoyable. I did enjoy it, especially when we got that update focused completely on multiplayer. I really got into it for quite a while then. Yeah, I still have about 10 or 12 different videos that I've not shown on that yet. I recorded so much footage on multiplayer, it was unreal at that time. I just wanted to try and show everything off, and people was actually enjoying it, which is great. So it was good to see that there is a different community for multiplayer, and people were enjoying that, so good for them as well. I definitely, if I have to recommend anything, I'd say that if you did enjoy the multiplayer, don't worry about all the hate. And I can understand why there is hate, but you shouldn't really not play it if you do enjoy it, but other people don't. That's kind of my way of going through games. I mean, there's many games that I've played before that many people don't like, and then again I love. Just don't let it put it off, really. Everyone has different opinions, and probably some people get carried away with that one opinion. I've done it before, probably. I've looked at my channel, maybe there's something that I've said which other people might disagree with. There's no doubt about that. I even said that about will Doom 2016 be classic gameplay, a classic game in the future. I said it probably, or it might not reach that. I said it definitely would be a great game, but I don't know if it's going as a classic. It's good to see that many people disagreed with me. There's many other people's opinions. That's why I always ask for people's opinions at the end of the video, because everyone's got something else to say. And it's always good to hear what everyone has to say about it, even if you disagree with it. Fair enough. Kind of getting a bit off target here, but it's something to talk about as well. Something I've learned over YouTube and Doom 2016. So 2017 is definitely probably the best year on SnapMap for me, anyway. Just because I think people got more experience with SnapMap, and B, there seemed to be a really high community back in 2017. That's when everyone sort of come together, I guess you can say, for the community. In 2016 it was around, but in 2017 it just sort of come more together. It's hard to explain, but the community definitely got bigger, the levels suddenly got better. It was just a good year for it. I'm hoping 2018 is going to follow in that footsteps. It kind of has, like I said, it got a bit rocky at the end of 2017, but 2018 seems to have found its feet again. So hopefully everything's going to be all good in 2018. So it's time to talk about the future of Doom 2016. With SnapMap, it will die as soon as the new Doom comes out, if, and there's a big if here, it has SnapMap in it, and of course it's updated. So if the new Doom comes out and it does have SnapMap and it's updated and better than the one in Doom 2016, there'd be hardly any reason to play it, only if they don't have the option to remove your maps from Doom 4 to Doom 5. Then everyone will go back to Doom 4 just to play some classics. That's the only way SnapMap would survive in the original Doom 2016, if that scenario did take place. But the campaign would not suffer the same fate. I definitely think it would be played less, don't get me wrong, but like Doom 1, 2 and even 3, it'd just be excellent to come back every now and then just to play through it. I do that all the time in the original Doom 1 and Doom 2. I play Doom 3 at least once a year as well, just for that experience. I love playing through them, even if I do something different in every playthrough. Sometimes I do a hard difficulty, sometimes I do a Pacific Gun playthrough or something like that, just for that little bit of, sort of, to make it different, I guess you can say, but yet still play through the excellent campaign and levels. That's what Doom 2016 is going to be like in the future, no doubt. I still don't know if it'll be a classic. I can't see it being on the same level as Doom 1 and Doom 2. But honestly, I will be playing it again. There's no doubt for that. And I play it again and again. It's just a great game. It always will be, to me at least. So in the future, unfortunately, Doom 2016 might die out in terms of SnapMap and multiplayer. But I really do believe the campaign will live on. At least if it does become that game that you just return to every now and then, just for the memories, or even just for the fun. Sometimes that's a good thing. I mean, there's many games that I play every now and then just because I remember playing it at a younger age, or just because I enjoyed it and it's just worth playing through again. I think that's what Doom 2016 is going to fall into. It's going to fall into that category at some point, which is no doubt a bad thing, because that way at least it's still going to be played and loved, and Doom 2016 will always be a favourite of mine, just for resurrecting the Doom series, just for bringing it back to how it used to be, even though Doom 3 wasn't that bad. But it's no Doom 2016, it's no original Doom. It's just good to see Doom back in its original format and gameplay. So I'm hoping that when we do get a new Doom, it also follow in this footstep. Obviously it's not going to be like a horror game or anything like that. I just really hope they get the Doom 2016 or Doom 1 and 2 feel spot on again, like they did with this one. So yeah, once again, it's been 2 years since Doom 2016 come out already. Crazy stuff. Absolutely Mad. I can't believe that. Well, soon it'll be 3, 4, 5 years. It just goes so quick. And then soon we'll be sitting there, probably like Doom 10 in the future. Oh god. When you think about it, some series I never thought would get as popular as they did. It's just a crazy gaming world sometimes. And I really hope Doom 2016 gets the support that it really does deserve in the future. And I hope the whole Doom franchise does get the support it deserves in the future as well. As long as we get at least one other new Doom game, I'm happy with that. So our next video, a discussion video, will probably be about what I think about E3 and what games could be there, like a last minute prediction thing. And I'll talk about Doom 2018 it would be, I guess, or Doom 2019. I'll talk about what I think it'll be released then, or if it'll be announced at E3, or if they won't mention it at all. I'm going to do that then, not now, because at this point I still haven't made my mind up. I was pretty much convinced that we was until Rage 2 come out. I still think we'll see something about Doom, but the Rage 2 is kind of putting me off a bit, if I'm honest. But anyway, that's a video for another day. So anyway, this has been Rock Gamer 45, and happy dooming, I guess. Let's continue for another 2 years, and probably another 2 years after that. Goodbye.